First of all, welcome back to Talk to Be Nice. It is the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Brought to you by Barfoot and Thompson. Thank you, guys. Today I'm joined by the I Am Hope Boys. I'm joined by these two wonderful men. We have Dalton, Papalii and Adrian, Choat. Welcome to the podcast, fellas.
Cheers, mate.
Talk to me nice, I'll pull up and I come through. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice, I'll pull up and I come through.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's a bit slow. He's a bit slow.
Yeah, that's what microphones do. Yeah, so you put them up. First thing I wanted to chat about, nice little dub on the weekend. Huge dub on the weekend, 25-0 against the Chiefs. How do you guys feel about that one?
Oh yeah, no, it was bloody good stuff from the fellas. Yeah, I was on the bench for the majority of the game, but just looking at the fellas go to work, it just looked like they just had a lot of good feeling, like bringing that edge, bringing the physicality, and just working for each other. And this is just what we've been working towards the last few years here. So it's good to see out there.
Yeah, nice. I mean, last year we didn't have the funnest game down there, so it must be nice to come in and kind of win in such a convincing fashion. And you, Dalts, bring up your 50. How does it feel to kind of play 50 games for the Blues and be around this environment? And how do you feel about the team this year?
No, get the 50. I didn't really know it was coming up, but it was pretty cool because to get my debut down there as well and get my 50th, that was pretty special. But yeah, my debut wasn't the same story as my 50th, but pretty grateful and always wanted to play for this province. When I was growing up, grew up here, and this has always been the team. So to get 50 for this team, I never thought that was possible growing up. But pretty grateful, still growing, and I'm here. So keep working.
Yeah. So you've been thrown into a leadership role this year. You are the captain of the Blues this year. How do you feel about the boys? As a whole, as a collective, both on and off the field, are you happy with where everything's going? Yeah,
100%. This team is full of dogs, in a good way. Dogs, they're just out there bloody working, doing the 1 and 2 percenters that sometimes we've missed in the last, previous years. So, to keep coming into work and working with a bunch of lads, and to also add, guys like, Baz coming back, Romano coming back. Bringing that experience, especially for us in the forwards. Romano's just come in and he's just given us so much more experience, and he's teaching us things that you thought we would have known, but like little tweaks in our game around our forward pack, and it's just been a massive help for for us, the forwards, and also myself. He's come in and he's been a leader for his past team in years, but we won't bring them up. But it's just been awesome, man, and taking this leadership roles has been. I was pretty proud for myself, but more for my family. I never thought I was going to be here doing this, and especially having this the armband at this age. So yeah, still pretty grateful going back to it. But there's a thing that we're pretty grateful with the spot we're in. But I'm not gonna stop. It's gonna keep growing and getting better, especially with these lads. Yeah.
I like it, man. Just to go back a little bit, you said the boys are some dogs. If Adrian Choat was a dog, what dog would he be?
I was about to say there's a dog right next to me, on and off. Nah. But it's, what would you be? How could you be a bit more of like a? We do call him meat dog, meat hog. But what dog? I reckon probably a sausage dog, one of those sausage ones. Just because I don't want to say it. We'll keep it on the down low, but
and Choaty, what dog would Dalton be?
Good one, mate. One of those ones you can just carry around.
Oh, you're kidding.
Little poodle.
Bit of a lover, just a bit of cuddle up,
Doesn't get much these days. So.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
He's lying.
Man, I wouldn't mind walking to training, just seeing Choaty carry Dalton in the training.
He does. Sometimes we go out, he's carrying me. So
big man needs some love.
Yeah. Choaty, you're a big Westie, man. Tell us what's the best part about growing up on the west side.
Anything good about the west side?
So much
that is my opinion. But
I think when you're born out west, you just have like this pride that you can't really explain, I guess. But
it's just deep.
A lot of other people don't really understand it. But out west, there's just good people. Obviously starting with my family grew up in City South. They're good Kiwi people, Kiwi blokes and whatnot.
Nice.
And then good group of friends going through my school, Liston College.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Where's
apart from the West Coast. That's like
West
the heart
Coast.
and soul of
So
this side.
where's your favourite chill spot out west? And then after that, where's the best place to get a feed?
I've got a bit of a soft spot for Kari Beach, just out towards Piha.
How many chicks have you taken?
None. He's taking none.
None. Yeah.
No, just take the fellas out there.
Yeah, nice.
There's all along there. There's all these little walks, tracks, waterfalls and whatnot.
Are you a hiker?
Yeah, like a good hike. Strap to the old. Just get
Strap
Dalton
on the
on
old-
the back
Yeah,
and
nice.
take them off for a little
I
hike.
don't walk, I don't walk.
Just run, You run everywhere.
And best fees have to be West Side Bakehouse. Just a
Okay.
little local bakery. Roberts
Best
Road.
pies in Auckland, you reckon? Why does everyone say that?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, bro, come on, bro. Come on.
bacon and egg. Just get it for lunch every day for school. It's good
Yeah,
stuff.
I like that. You boys are, like I said at the start, that the I Am Hope boys. So Dalton has pledged to donate $7 for every tackle that anyone makes. Is it in the 7 jumper or in the flanker position?
Nah, just in the seven
In the
jersey.
7 jumper. So that is predominantly you boys. Where did that come from in the first place? And yeah, where did that all come from?
To be honest, when I came back from tour and I linked up with Caleb Clark. You know, he's into a lot of charities, and I thought, you know, this is a good opportunity for me, to not just be known for rugby, just playing code. So I've always wanted to give back, and I was thinking of charities to go to, and I was actually talking to my mother about it, and she was talking about how she's been a big fan of the Mike King and the I Am Hope Foundation. So talked to the Blues, and they got me in touch with Mike King, and we had some meetings, and we got this all set up, and it got sort of pushed back a little bit from COVID at the start, but it's in full swing now, and I'm just pretty happy that I've been able to help in a small matter, not just the donations, but making it aware of mental health, because we know it's all big in New Zealand, and for such a small country, it's massive, and for me to actually go out there and help, and have the support of these fellas as well. That's just been huge, and just glad I can have a foundation of the Blues and Mike King and I Am Hope Foundation to really push that and make it aware. So just happy for that. Yeah.
So I Am Hope is a mental health awareness foundation. So has that kind of been a topic that's kind of been you've been around your whole life, or is there something that drew you to that one specifically?
Not really. I've got a pretty good support crew. With all my good mates like Choat, and there we have a small group, and we always chicken with each other. Haven't really been hit hard with anything, but everyone's different. We all go through our ups and downs, and I'll be lying if I didn't have any downs. But we all go through phases, and it's just good that I have a support crew, family and close mates. Me and Choat have these small group of mates that, like I said, we all chicken with each other, and we get around each other when we need to. But I haven't had really any big downhill slides, but everyone has their pressures and their lows in life. So
yeah, I think both of you have already made over 100 tackles this season, so we're already pushing $700+. Choaty, when you're out there, are you thinking, yep, that's another $7 out of Dalton's pocket every time you make it a tackle?
he's actually paying me.
You don't really get much time to think of much out
Yeah,
there.
fair enough.
But definitely, it's in the back of your head. Like when the lungs are on fire and whatnot, it's like, just keep on pushing. Because it definitely is such a good cause. And it's like Dalt said, like we've been quite lucky growing up. Had like a good group of friends, especially we're all in this professional athlete kind of scene as well, so we understand what we've all been going through, and I guess we definitely have matured over the last few years. Obviously, big fella, he's Skip, and he's taken on a whole lot of responsibility there that says a lot about his maturity, but also just in the personal space with checking in on our mates and talking about our own stuff. So we've been quite lucky with that. So I think it's a bloody good initiative from I'm hoping Dalts to raise that awareness for those people that aren't so lucky, I guess. Yeah.
Very nice. You guys are doing a very admirable thing, and I think everyone here at the Blues are real stoked that you guys are getting amongst all that space. But speaking on kind of mental health, Choaty, I know that you have a camper van and you tend to kind of go out on little adventures, whether it's with the boys or by yourself. Is that first of all, I'd like to hear maybe a story from your adventures, but is there a reason to doing that, or is it just you go out and kind of get away from everything?
You don't want to know any stories in that van. You don't want to know.
We'll leave the stories in the chest. But is there a reason? It's like, have you always been drawn to kind of camping or hiking and kind of the outdoors?
Yeah, I think it's like it goes along with growing up out west, being quite attached to the beaches and whatnot. And so it's just like the freedom of being able to be out on the road. You know, if you're on holiday, you just have no like schedule or whatever. Be like, I can pull up here, park, stay the night. I have everything in the van. I can cook. I can sleep. And yeah, it's just like that freedom, be out with nature, I guess, and not just locked up inside. You just get out of the house and get some sunshine. And yeah, I've had a few good trips in the van.
So you've gone all around New Zealand, or
I haven't really
just gone to Piha 17 times?
Enough time. No, Piha, Muriwai.
Spots along Piha.
Last week I was in that car park. This week.
But yeah, been down to like Whangamata a couple of times.
Nice.
Tom Robinson, he's got a van as well, so we've done
Just not the van, buddy.
couple van trips and
Seeing Tom's van.
some good times.
Where's your favourite spot that you've been so far?
I actually stayed at the Muriwai campground one time. That was pretty good fun.
Who are you with?
Just a friend.
Yeah.
And yeah, also done a Whangamata. He's had a good time.
Oh, nice. Unreal.
Nice. It sounds like a great evening.
Yeah. Let's just move on.
Nice, man.
Yeah, nice. So we're going to go from little camper vans over here to nice 64 Impala. Dalts, you are a big car man, and you've successfully purchased a dream car. First of all, like, why are you so into cars, and sort of where did that dream start, and what was it like buying the dream car?
Yeah, probably growing up, my old man's a mechanic, and my uncle's also a mechanic, so sort of grew up around cars, and probably it's always just been a hobby of mine. I've always wanted to own a classic car, and you know, I sort of screwed up my first paycheck. I went and bought a bloody 1971 XJ6 Jag with 350 in it, and that was all my money gone. So
then you had to repair it.
Yeah, then it's cost more money to repair it. So that's I'm trying to sell that. But then it was probably just growing up. It's always been a hobby. I've always loved cars, cruisers, or even sport cars. So just loved being in. Just the vintage, there's nothing, you can't really explain it, just the feeling you get. And everyone's different. I know everyone has different hobbies in that, but for me, that's my getaway from footy.
Nice. Being
Being able to jump in my Chev 64 and go cruising. And it sort of takes me away from all this, rugby environment, because, it's sort of like going back to the mental health. It's just to get away from everything. And I actually stumbled across it last year when I came back from tour. I was actually on crate day. I was talking to one of my mates, and I said my dream car's 64 Impala, and he said, "Oh mate, I've got a mate that's has one in garaged up and hasn't been driving it. He's just trying to sell it, but he's been too lazy to put it up on the internet." And so I said, "Oh mate, I'll have a look at it." First time I saw it, I knew, yeah, that's it. And I bought my old man to have a look at it.
Side, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And went in to bought my old man to have a look at it, and on the spot I said, yeah, I want it. So got it, and it just came out of the shop at the moment, so it's at home now. So yeah, just
finally
love
got
it,
that waff or Ridjo, or
Hey, we'll keep that quiet. We're sorting that out, bro. We're sorting that out.
it's on its way.
Expose me, eh? Expose that.
Nah, so was it kind of, if it wasn't rugby, you think you'd be in a shop working on cars? Is that kind of your alternate passion, the hobby on the side?
Yeah, 100%. I grew up around cars. I know a little bit, from my old man, but sometimes when I was younger and we were working on cars and I'd be asking him questions, it would probably piss him off a little bit because I asked too much. But I'm not the smartest bloke out there. Goes in one ear out the other. But he's actually since I got the Chev, and I just bought a Harley as well. So my old man's really helping me, because I've been just since I'm at an older age and I want to get into cars, and as a hobby, I've been just asking him questions. He's given me some of his old mechanic books that I've been reading and getting into that. So that's always something I wanted to do. I told him when I was growing up I don't want to be a mechanic, and he said, "Nah, mate, you just don't be a mechanic. We've already got too many mechanics in the family. So be a builder or something." But that's just something I've always loved, and I'll probably keep pushing in that direction.
Yeah. So out of the boys, are any of their cars making some strange rattles that are?
Probably Choaty's. I'm being honest there. Choaty and Sauce, and Tom Robinson's vans, bit dodgy, but
the Commodore's.
The Commodore, but that's a Westie
car, right?
That's a Westie car, outrageous fortune style right there.
Is that car a tribute to the West Side, or?
Yeah, it's just a family heirloom. We're a Holden
Passed
family,
down.
so I've got another one.
Yeah, Holden. Yeah.
So
100%.
how devastated were you when Holden went out of business?
Yeah, but then it's like, Jerry, my Commodore.
Oh.
The price is just going up because he's a classic now.
It's an investment.
100% is a classic, bro. You could
all the
hold on to
stories.
that.
All the stories happen in the back seat. I mean,
Like I said, bro, don't go there. Don't go there, bro. Don't go. I've
wanna
been in that back
shine
seat, and I
a-
don't want to.
so Jerry, where'd the name Jerry come from?
Oh, my brother's name is Jeremy, and he named him, so I guess he just named him.
Can't
What
change
a
the name,
story.
mate. Yeah.
Can't change the name
That's a
unless
story,
you-
fair enough. You are a part of the infamous Blues flat. You're a member of that Auckland flat. Can you explain what the dynamic of living with? Oh, first of all, can you explain who's in the flat, and then what the dynamic of living with all these fellas is like? Are you enjoying it in there? What kind of ruckus do you boys get up to?
Yeah. No, it's a good flat. We've got the old master, Hugh Beard.
Okay.
Don't know if he wants to be named, but yeah. So he's been like kind of the one constant in the flat.
Does he pay the rent?
Last few years, or he does all the admin.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, so us rugby fellas don't really.
Not smart enough. Not smart enough.
Not enough brain cells to share. Then we've got Tom Robinson and his dog Rocco. We've got Sam Derry, Ricky Telly, and myself.
So are you the only Aucklander?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's it like? So obviously, when Ricky came in, it was his kind of first venture into Auckland, living here. What was it? What was your initiation for him? How did you introduce him to Auckland?
We weren't really sure what kind of bloke he was.
Yes.
Who
is this guy?
Yeah. We don't really do initiations, but there's
Okay.
a lot of like wannabe pranksters in our house.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like, just little stuff.
Is there anything that's kind of happened that's been pushing that boundary, or has it all been kind of tame at this point?
Derry, bro. He gets hit hard, That's hard.
He just takes it so well. So like, it's not like one massive thing. It's just a build up and like Sauce. It's fresh on the mind because it happened today.
This morning.
Sauce. First of all, Derry bought like these fresh new pair of golf shoes. He's quite a keen golfer, and then
Nice.
So someone's seen the package, put it on Derry's bed, and then Sauce has seen them, hid them way up, and he's got a big closet, and then like just forgot about it. Then it's been about a month now, and Derry's just found them. He's like, who's had my bloody golf shoes?
Me off, eh?
It's like little things like that, and he takes a bit of stick quite well, so he does get ganged up on.
Yeah, I guess it's like if you're the guy that takes the jokes the best, people are going to make jokes to you, So it's almost like you need to be the dude that freaks out, so then you don't get pranked all the time.
So good at taking it though. Like
You
it's
just gotta-
just him. You know?
Yeah, I mean Queenstown was almost a roast dairy every third day.
Hey, it's born in character.
He brings it on himself.
Yeah, he does.
He brings it on himself.
Dancing. Gee, that's terrible, eh?
I won't expose you, Larry, with the dancing, but maybe one day it might be up there.
Leak it.
How was Queenstown for you guys? Had a whole month kind of together as a group. How was that as a team? You guys enjoy it down there?
Yeah, 100%. I think it was good because, especially for all the new boys coming in, and especially being in a city like this, it's hard to sort of make those connections quite fast. Because of all the traffic, and he lives all the way out west, some more out south, people live out east, north. So it was good to actually build those connections with the boys we don't really know that were first introduced into the team. So I think that was good. And also, I know we only just played one game down there, and that was a tough game. We played our best footy, but overall the off field was just awesome. You know, I keep going back to it. You know, I reckon off field leads to you know a winning culture, and to build those connections early, and those foundations just led us on the right path. So. I think it was
so you're firmly on the culture builds wins rather than the wins per culture thing?
100%. Choaty always came up to me. He always has one question. He's like, does you know culture lead to winning, or does winning lead to culture? And I'm a firm believer in, you know, culture leads to winning. If you know you wanna go out onto the field and go to battle with someone you know off the field, you know, and you know they're going to give it the all, and you probably push that 1 or 2% harder since you know them. Them as a person, you know, their families, and you know what they're like, their personality traits. So I reckon you just push that bit harder to play for each other than you want to.
Yeah, when you know everyone wise, you know, why everyone's out there, what they're playing for. So, who did you guys room with, and how was that experience?
I had Hoss. I had Hoss the whole time. Yeah, sloppy, bro.
Sloppy, yeah.
Sloppy.
Snores.
Yeah, snores, dribbles. I've got like a whole album in my phone of him just sleeping like.
Always.
Like that, yeah, and I put like the little filters on him.
Oh,
sometimes he doesn't know if there's a filter or not because he's that ugly. No.
Why is my eye over there? Oh yeah.
No, he's my boy. Yeah, he's. I've roomed with him so many times, and so I sort of know how he lives. Mm-hmm. I don't want to live like that, but he's all good. He's all good.
So your side of the room is clean?
Oh, not clean, but like
I think we have video evidence of the room.
You're allowed to walk. Oh yeah, don't show that. You guys had a bad time. Yeah.
All right. And Choaty, who are you with?
I was with Big Tuckers.
Tuckers.
Yeah, no, that was good stuff. Always knew I had some time to myself every week, so it would just be off golfing.
Oh yeah, nice. He's a big golfer, right?
On the days, great golfer, probably one of the best, or if not the best, in our team. Yeah. So
I think Harry would have something to say about that, but
well, he's got one arm at the moment.
He's not the best at the moment.
Now, yeah.
I'm probably better than him at the moment.
It was good stuff. Me and Tux always knew of each other and reasonably well, but it's like Dalton said, but quite a good connection. You're just forced to kind of be around the boys 24/7 down there, which in some ways could be a bad thing, but we loved it. Yeah,
because Tuck's been around the scene, He's been. How stoked were you, or are you, for him to be getting this kind of decent shot and playing really good footy?
Yeah, he's just one of those. Like it's very odd to find like a bad bloke in a rugby team. Like, it was very rare, but Tux is definitely one of the great
bad blokes. Tuck, mate, he's a good lad. He's a good lad.
It seems like
he's definitely one of the great blokes. And then he's had a lot of injury troubles, but to see him get a bit of a clear run and smashing it, it's good stuff, mate.
Awesome. All right, so I've got some quick fire questions for you guys. You both answer them. Just first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh.
All right, you guys ready? Might take 5 minutes per question, but if you guys were a cowboy, what would your name be?
John.
You'd be John?
John Wayne.
Briscoe County Jr.
Briscoe County Jr. Nice. What's the best and worst purchase you've ever made?
Probably getting these like neon lights from wish.com. They weren't neon lights, it was something completely different they seen. So don't trust wish.com. I got that from some mates as well.
Did it easily get
Yeah. Don't trust wish.com.
Security system, car security.
If I see you drive out with your Impala and there's lights at the bottom of your Impala, I'm taking you out of the front wheel. Banning it. And yes, Choaty?
Yes, something like that from Wish.
Wish is dangerous, because everything looks good. Yeah. And then when you get it, that's not what
we flattered together. And then when we found about wish.com, we were just ordering stupid stuff, and it would just be...
It's because everything takes like 2 months to get here. So for those first 2 months, you're buying everything. It's can't wait to receive it.
You forget about purchasing it. It just shows up like, what the hell's this?
Yeah, dangerous. What's your favourite memory at the Blues?
Mine was probably my debut last year.
Nice.
Got to run on with with the boys, and then Dalton presented me with my first game tie and whatnot. It was pretty special.
That's all when you split your head, or was that a couple games later?
That was a few games later.
Yeah, nice. Very tough.
Not tough.
Tough. He cried a bit, but... And what's your favourite Blues memory, Dalton?
Probably two. Probably winning it last year. That was highlight, and I'll never forget the changing rooms after
scenes.
That was just
raining around the
scenes.
top.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. Probably my 50th and debut.
Nice.
Yeah, 50th and debut.
Oh, okay. I like it. What was your favourite subject at school? Besides
Calculus.
PE?
Oh.
Oh.
I was a bit of a math genius at school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not bragging, but a bit of math.
So you're not a word man, but you're
Math
a numbers
restricted.
man. Number man. Oh.
Yeah, not top, but like, yeah, bottom, yeah. No, I'll probably have to say history. I love my history, eh?
I like it.
So, yeah, probably history. What was yours?
History. Yeah, I had to give it up for calculus and physics.
He was a bit of a nerd at school.
But yeah, no, I loved history, and then I had to give it up.
Well, you guys are taking the big five, eh? English, math, science, physics,
But
chemistry.
restricted at the end of them, and then
Last year,
last year.
Yeah, people do homework.
if you could have any cheap meal, what's your go-to?
What were you eating yesterday? Cheat meal? What was your cheat meal yesterday?
What was your
You have it a couple weeks, eh? You have it a couple weeks.
Did you have a Carl's Jr.?
Yeah, I know. Stitch me up, eh?
Well, you at Denny's last night.
Yeah. Oh, Denny's. Oh, bro, I got a lot, bro. It just depends how I feel at the time. Mainly after games, if I'm feeling, like Macca's or Burger King or Sal's Pizza, like I just go to that. So it's just more what I feel like at the time.
Okay, yeah, nice. And you, Choaty?
Yeah, like sometimes when I go out west, every other day, it's like, I'm gonna go have a bakery feed. Like,
Good old pie, bro.
It's just happening. It's cheap.
It's different.
It's filling
it does,
and it's
bro.
tasty. I like it. Nothing's better than bakeries in Greyland, though. What? Okay, I saw it before we went to Queensland. I saw a book on Dalton's story. What book or shows are you guys watching right now?
Oh, yeah. I'm just reading Atomic Habits.
Oh yeah. Is that the same book you're reading 3 months ago?
So I haven't finished it. Don't know where it is at the moment. But the first couple pages was pretty,
nice. Nice.
pretty good. Yeah. I'll find it. I'll keep reading it. But
Yeah. Are you watching any shows?
watching The Winning Time on Neon. It's about Magic Johnson and the Lakers when he first went in there. But Jonah Hill's directing it, and it's, man, I rate it. It's unreal. But probably my favorite one is The Sopranos. Can't beat that, bro.
Can't beat The Sopranos. Yeah. And you, Choaty, are you reading or watching anything right now?
I'm reading. Actually, there's a series on Netflix called The Last Kingdom. I've been reading some of the books from that.
Oh, okay.
I actually
So have you finished the series and you've gone on to the books now?
No, I've kind of done a bit of both.
Okay, so you watch an episode, read them.
Reads the books first, and then you watch the movie, man. And then
He just wants to know everything. He wants all the source material.
he's smart, man.
There was only like 3 seasons out, and I was like, I'm gonna start reading some books. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I finished the season 5 just came out. It's the last one. Just finished that, and I'm up to the Pale Horseman. I think that's what it's called.
I like it. Any fans of the Pale Horseman out here? We got a new
Just
member of
the
the
guy.
club. What's your favourite alcoholic beverage?
Alcoholic.
Alcoholic
Rum and
beverage.
Coke.
Yeah,
Rum and Coke?
rum and coke goes, bro. Rum and goes, they say. Just
Rum
keep
and go
it
home.
going.
Dalton, that's-
Yeah, probably rum and coke.
Billy Mavs.
Billy Mavs. This was my school days. Billy Mavs, but I've sort of gone up to the Appleton's rum.
Okay.
Yeah, but Billy Mavs are slab of diesels. Keep it going, eh?
I was talking to Laser out there, James Lay, if you and he was telling me a story about after we won the final, and he was saying that you're a big fan of Steinies.
Yeah, that's
right. It's your beer, Steinies, right?
Yeah, Steiny Classics.
So what James Lay does is he pours him a nice beverage of Heineken. He walks over and tells Dalton, "Oh, here's a Steinies for you, mate." Dalton drinks the whole thing. That's beautiful. I love it. It's the best I've ever had.
Right.
And then then he gets told afterwards. So pretty much Dalton's a fraud.
But thing is, why is he stitching me up? It's just been after a
no
game.
reason. It's unnecessary.
And it's unnecessary.
James Lay's just that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy in
He's
the
that
team,
guy.
bro. He's that guy. Like, if he walks in, you're like, oh, that guy.
There he goes. He's in the office now, and I've got to sit across from him.
Oh,
Another one of me
filthy.
prankster. Actually used to live in him last year.
I mean,
Horrible bloke.
his rank
good lad.
his rank is here's this beer. It's not that beer though.
Yeah.
Dangerous stuff.
that,
Dangerous stuff.
Love it.
What position did you guys play growing up?
I used to play lock.
Interesting.
Waitakere.
Did you grow quickly? Were you just a tall kid?
Yeah, I was just decently tall, and then they tried to move me to fullback, and then I just couldn't pass the ball.
Not a
So
four, yeah. Same here, bro. Same
You
here.
realised you had to pass.
I was like, give me back in the forwards. Then I've just been like, I played lock until like year 12.
Oh, damn.
Until year 13 I went to flanker.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, and you, Dot?
Probably only played one year of club footy. When I was growing up, I was a leaguey.
Ah, yes.
But,
what position did you play in league for starters?
Yeah, what was that?
What position did you play in league?
Second row.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, second row. And then when I went to
workhorse,
St. Kitts, just when they actually, I was always a Lucy, but my first sort of, in year 11, my first time in first 15 was they chucked me a lock. And I was the skinniest stick, like lock, like little white boy, like just tall, but like skinny, lanky. But then after that, they just chucked me a 7.
Nice. Okay, that's it for quickfire. We will move on to the big talking point of the week. Crusaders haven't won in Christchurch since 2004. Is there anything you remember about that 04 team? Anyone you look up to? Your Dougie's, your Spencers, all of them. Anyone from that team that you guys kind of watched, or
just probably that highlight? That's when Spencer went to the sideline, and man, that's
classic.
It's still, I think, the most disrespectful play in rugby history.
That is mean. I've rated it. Like, I think that's so cool, but for him to actually, these days it's probably, I think it's a bit more PC. If someone does that, then they're probably going to get ripped down in the media and stuff. But back then it was, to him to, go to the sideline
and then kick the
put
bonus
it down
point
and kick it in. Oh man, that's attitude, and he's backing it up though. Like, if you could do that,
pass the ball in front of his goal sticks.
Freak.
Yeah, probably just that moment.
Yeah.
Because, us in the Crusaders, we've always had we always have, rivalries with everyone else, but with the Crusaders, it's just, it's different. Yeah, just different.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so now we're, playing the Crusaders this weekend, and people, talking about this is going to be the Blues' best chance to get one up on them. We're looking amazing. How big is this game for you guys, and for the team as a whole?
I think it's been a long time coming, this game. Like, the last few years, it's kind of been like the final that it should have been. It's definitely, it's just another round game, but we're treating it, as a final. And, I think a lot of other people will view it as such. So it's definitely a huge game for us.
Very nice. And that's it, boys. That's all we have for the podcast today. Thank you very much for jumping on, having a chat, having a good laugh. Thank you to Barfoot and Thompson for putting it on. That's been us.
Easy.
Talk to me nice, I'll pull up and I come through. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice, I'll pull up and I come through. Talk to me nice.